So about 2 months ago, I released my comedy special on YouTube, and it has not done as well as a part of me hoped that it would, and that's okay, but let's talk about it. Now look, those who have watched it, who I'm grateful for, have seemingly enjoyed it, but I guess, upon reflection, there really was a part of me that hoped that it would reach this bigger audience, and it would materially change my career. And as of today, it has around 12,800 views on YouTube, which, don't get me wrong, that's a lot of views, right? Like, you put all those people in a room, that's a lot of people. And I am so grateful for everyone who watched it, commented, shared, enjoyed, all of those things. And, on the day that I put it out, I felt really good. I'd reached this point emotionally where I was like, making the special fulfills me. This fills my cup. What happens afterwards is of no consequence to me. Whether it's an analytical success or not does not matter. I am free of attachments. But then the first week went by. The views started to plateau. And I had to sit with this uncomfortable feeling that a part of me did care. Part of me wanted more, and not getting more did not feel good. But then I went back to like a few years ago when I was simply creating for the numbers. I was creating to build an audience, any audience, which means there was no real why behind why I was creating. And in the absence of that why, I had this empty feeling. And that emptiness was really the catalyst for me to make this special. To go back to the reason that I started doing stand-up in the first place. It wasn't for the numbers, it was to figure out how can I be funny, and then how can I be funny as myself, and then ultimately, how can I make a special that I am proud of, a deep piece of work that I can stand by. And I had done that, I have done that. I'm so proud of what I put out. And yet, there was that voice, right? That voice that exists from the desire to want to achieve success on the other side of creation, which I know from experience, I know intellectually always leads you to an empty room, but there I was walking towards it, ready to embrace it. But ultimately, with some introspection, I was able to quiet that voice and go back to the fact that it's the work that matters, making the thing that matters. And even if the thing doesn't do what you want it to do in the beginning, doesn't mean it won't eventually. And even if it doesn't, that's okay, because you can always make another thing. And really, it's just about making the thing. That's the whole ball game. And the results, they're going to happen if, when, and how they're supposed to, and worrying about it is a waste of time because you can't control it anyway. And dreams, I think dreams are important. I think they're vital. I think they're the engine to keep moving forward when you want to quit. But I think in a time where dreams really seem to be right around the corner all the time, where our proximity to our perception of our dreams coming to fruition is closer than ever, I think it is more important than ever to pay attention to where the desire to achieve those dreams takes you. Because as I've found, if you don't, you might end up on a ride that is taking you to a place that you think you want to go, only to get there and realize it's not that at all. So, all that to say, thank you to everyone who watched the special. Thank you for being on this ride with me. And as for me, I'm going to keep making stuff because it's all I can do.